Howdy, my fellow marketers or marketers to be. My name is Irina and this is my first video in English for this channel. Here I usually post videos in Russian for my Russian-speaking audience who are interested in building their career in marketing or other creative industries like design in North America. I'm a Russian Canadian and currently live in a beautiful city of Calgary, surrounded by gorgeous Rocky Mountains. I work at a marketing agency called Marketing, which is originally based in Calgary. I'm lucky enough to work every day with a diverse group of marketing and communication professionals. For me personally, it's an opportunity like no other to learn from these people's experience and expertise. I know that people who are just about to begin that journey are going to love today's topic and will definitely find some insights here. This video is going to cover the top 5 marketing tools a future professional should master to enter the marketing industry in North America. I asked my colleagues from Pod Marketing to share their opinion on this topic. Enjoy!
Hi everybody, I'm Alejandra and I'm a marketing scientist here at Pod Marketing. What a marketing scientist does. Basically, we run ads, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google, Bing ads, and we do a lot of website tracking and analytics as well. What 5 skills you should master to enter the marketing field in North America? I think like for any field, like any market, you need to definitely master content creation. It's really hard that you know how to talk about your product and how to address your audiences so you capture that attention and you being considered at the time to make a decision. Social media, it's really important. Social media builds that social trust on a product and on a company. If nobody knows who you are, like social media is such a great window to create that trust and to reveal everything you wanna reveal about like your product, your employees, like your why, what do, what you do, which problem are you solving. And it's like a kind of like a informal setting to address your audience. So it's kind of like it feels a little bit more friendly. Also, PPC ads, what we do basically, it's really important. You don't have to be like the ultimate expert, but definitely know like how to run ads. Put yourself out there with testing, like try to figure it out, like what's working and what's not. That's a great one to have. I'll say website analytics. Website analytics is really important. And everything that happens on your website, you need a website, first of all. Do not rely so heavily on social media in a sense that, yeah, that builds your social trust, but all your like clients' database should be on a website. Like you should own it and not rent it on a social media platform. So website analytics will give you that all that data that what's going on your website. Like what are people what are they inquiring about? What's basically like the level of engagement they have with your product, just by like seeing like how long is the session on your website, like what are the landing pages that are working. And especially if you're running ads, your landing pages are like a big piece of your Google Ads campaigns or other campaigns too. And last but not least, I'd say either email marketing, it's a good skill to have, like understanding your audience and putting out their like valuable content, not just like emailing your audience like every single week. I think like if you're bringing something valuable for them, it doesn't have to be really salesy. Maybe like something, I don't know, if you're selling clothes and like the new season is coming up, like what are the trends of this season, like something that they can like check out. And then I think like H&M does like a really good job on that, because they're telling you like what's the color that it's really trendy this season, and like what are kind of like the shapes and the occasions that you might be like dressing up for. But yeah, that's those are the 5 skills that I'll say like you can start like building and like working in. And if you like one specifically that you want to really learn from, I'll recommend you to like pursue that direction, because the more you know about this, like it's more likely that you're gonna get a job in that area. But yeah, and good luck.
Hi, I'm Alex, and I am the Director of Digital Marketing here at Pod Marketing. So if I had to distill 5 top marketing tools, obviously there's a million tools out there, and there's a million tools always coming out every day. Yeah. So I think honestly, the best thing to do out of the gates is just sticking to the basics. Now, a lot of these end up being Google tools. I think there are other options out there. But honestly, I think like a lot of the tools right out of the gates revolve around really looking and understanding the data. The thing with digital marketing is there's a lot of ways to spend money, and there's a lot of ways to create ads. And so making sure that you have your tracking and your, I guess, analytics set up in the first place, just to understand like what's working and what's not, that's the key. I've seen a lot of companies and a lot of startups, whether they have funding or not, that just start creating ads and just start spending money without really any sort of like structure or tracking. Exactly. And you can spend a lot of money really fast and potentially not get any results. So the tools that I recommend that you spend time in right out of the gates are definitely really get to understand Google Analytics. Obviously Google Analytics is now changing to GA4, Google Analytics 4. There's courses online that Google will like put together, so you can go through that academy and get certified with Google Analytics. So I strongly recommend you do that. Really get to understand GA4. It is slightly different than obviously Universal Analytics, which is currently being used. There's some key differences, but spend time there, understand what's happening. Also, the big thing you're going to want to get to know is it's called Google Tag Manager. There are other tag manager services out there, but Google Tag Manager being free is usually a really good, popular tool that a lot of people use. And so it's a little more complex, but it's not that difficult to learn. And what Google Tag Manager does is it allows you to learn and understand how, I guess like how to track different events on your website. What does that mean? If you have built your website and you know where you want the user to go and what you want them to do, there's going to be certain actions that you want to track as more important actions than others. So as an example, maybe you really want them to click on one button, and that button might be to book an appointment with you, or maybe it's actually to purchase, or maybe it's watching a video, shows that it's a high intent lead. And so there are certain buttons and actions and pages that you'll want that user to visit, and you'll just want to make sure that you're tracking those. Now, with those actions that you're tracking, you can then track those as goals in Google Analytics. So obviously, once you're tracking them in Google Analytics, now you can start to see out of all the people that are coming to your website and engaging in your website, you can see where they're coming from, and then how they're leading to those specific actions on your website. So those are probably the first 2 tools. If we're going to quickly go through 5 top tools, the number 3, the third tool that I would use, especially when you're trying to look for just sort of what's going online. This is kind of a combo, so I'll say like it's 2 in 1, but Google Keyword Planner is really important. So create a Google Ads account. You have to create a Google Ads account, go in, look at Keyword Planner. You get to see in terms of like search volume online. You don't see the cost and the competition within that search term. So that one's really important. And then also, I guess number 4 would then be trends, Google Trends. So it doesn't give you keyword volume specifically, but it does allow you to see the trend in terms of if search volume is actually increasing or decreasing, or to actually see what the seasonality is. So I think a lot of people, when they're first getting into like creating ads and creating campaigns and just putting together digital marketing strategy, they're expecting like a constant return, but that's probably not going to happen. A quick search on Google Trends will actually show you, oh, there's actually a trend where like a seasonality trend or potentially like a overall, like you might be getting into an industry, but that industry is actually seeing a decreasing trend. Like people are not that excited about that industry anymore, and Google Trends will start to show you that, or you can actually start searching anything you want just to see where you're seeing an increased trend on various topics. So the 5th and final tool that I would recommend, again, there are a ton of options. to use for this, but a heat mapping tool. So you can install it on your website, and then from there you can actually see exactly how people are engaging. So with Google Analytics, you can see what pages they're visiting and potentially what actions or events they're taking on their website. And so you get a lot of information, but again, the information that you miss is sort of like how they're flowing through the website. Maybe they stop to really look at like one specific action more. And so doing those screen recordings where you can actually see how the mouse cursor is moving around the website, and see how far down they're scrolling, or just even like the heat mapping, like how what spots on the website are hotter or colder. So Clarity by Microsoft is a free tool that you can install. There are, again, a million options that cost money, and a lot of them are very affordable because they're usually scaled depending on how much traffic you have on your website. But Clarity is something that you can easily put on your website tomorrow, and you can start actually see those session recordings and see that heat mapping on your site, which can give a lot of good insights into where people are getting hung up or they're not finding the information they want. You can start to find those like problem areas on your site, so you can fix that and start to improve your conversion rate optimization.
My name is Tanya, and I am the manager of organic social media at Pod Marketing. So yeah, I have my little notes right here. So I will be just like looking at the list of different tools, softwares that I want to recommend to anyone. Like, I want to speak specifically about social media because that's what I know. So the first thing that comes to my mind is definitely you need to be comfortable with posting softwares, because that's the main tool that any social media strategist would use. And there are different options out there, like a couple of them that I want to just like name because I think they are the most popular ones. That would be Hootsuite and also Sprout Social. So these are kind of main competitors, larger softwares that were created for agencies specifically. I mean, any kind of marketer can use it. Like if you're not an agency, but just like an individual strategist, that's fine as well. But yeah, like if you want to work in the marketing industry, maybe in an agency, just explore these two options. The second thing that comes to my mind right away, so well, obviously you need to be very comfortable with Meta in general, because still a lot of focus is on Facebook and Instagram in our social media world. So and right now, like it's all just like one big universe, Meta, right? So like you need to be very comfortable using it, because you will be most likely to be expected to do boosted posts, which is essentially an ad. So you need to be comfortable with ad accounts. You need to understand what's the structure of Meta Business Suite, and that's a whole world to explore. So definitely that's something you need to be very comfortable with. That would be the third thing, and that is quite obvious. I know that many people know Canva. Like, I'm pretty sure marketers all across the world, they use Canva. But yeah, like you just need to be sure that you are able to create some design assets on the go. And Canva is essentially that. It's a very intuitive, easy to use design tool that anyone without any design experience can use, because it's so easy, and you can create some quite nice looking designs using Canva. There are tons of templates. If you're not sure that you can create some like really fascinating designs yourself, well, just grab a template, throw in some text, change the photo, and you will have a nicely looking design asset. The fourth thing I would probably name is well, any AI content generation tool. So the one that is quite popular right now is Jasper. We all know that there is such a tool as ChatGPT, obviously, which is free right now. Yeah, so you can explore Jasper, for example. I'm not sure if they have any free trial versions, but yeah, it's something you can check out.
Some cases why you would use it, or already maybe using in your practice?
Yeah, so overall, AI content generation is obviously a new kind of opportunity as well as challenge brought to the industry. So it's better to start exploring AI now until it becomes huge and you're like behind. So yeah, like like a case when you definitely can use AI is when you need to create captions for your social media posts. So yeah, you just like set the direction. You need to spend a little bit more time perfecting the input, because that's the main thing. The better the input is, the better the output will be created, because that's how artificial intelligence works. So yeah, just like creating captions. I don't want to speak for like SEO because I'm not an expert in that, but I know that probably it can be used for creating blogs as well. So it's definitely something to explore. And the last thing, it's kind of in the same direction, but not as like huge, not as global. So like there's such a tool as WordTune. So that is essentially AI as well, but it's very specific. So a WordTune can be used when you have, let's say, a caption and you're not sure that it matches the tone of voice of a client, or like, I don't know, if you're maybe posting for your own brand. So, and you can just put it into WordTune, and then you can play with the tone of voice. It's gonna suggest you how to improve the way it reads, you know, the way it flows. So yeah, like if you're not sure that you like you're a good writer, essentially, because that's a whole other skill, just write something, put it into WordTune, and then it's gonna suggest you ways to improve it. So I think it was kind of like 5 already. So yeah, that would be like my top picks that come to my head.
Hi, I'm Jason Wellman, Vice President of Operations for Pod Marketing Inc. I'm not sure if these are going to be unique to North America, but the one thing I guess where I would start is a lot of marketers are going to be in a rush to tell you about all of the data that they can collect and all of the metrics that they can share. And that doesn't mean much if you also don't understand the business metrics that you're trying to impact and make a difference on. So though we can look at through Google Analytics and any other social platform and all of the analytics on what, how users are interacting with our content, or the impression or the reach of our advertising, or how people are engaging and converting with our website, all of those are fantastic. But it must come with the business acumen of where that is going to show up in the business for the results that we're trying to see, or the things we're trying to change within the company. I think from there, the next thing I would be looking at is a solid understanding of your strategy before your tactics. So many business owners might be in a rush to, we need to advertise on social media, or we need to have a content plan or a TikTok plan. And before you can have any of those are simply mediums and tactics that you can leverage. It's understanding first, what is your strategy? And the most simple way that I can summarize that is, your strategy is why buy from me, and your tactics are why buy from me right now. So when thinking of marketing campaigns or mediums, they mean nothing without the strategy first, which is really why, who am I and why should you buy from me? To put this in hospitality, are you the date night restaurant that is high-end, live music lounge, perfect for an evening with a partner or spouse? Or are you the family-friendly restaurant where you can bring the whole gang with you, and those pieces? You need to understand your why first.
Awesome. Okay, so that was the second one.
Yes.
Okay, what's the third?
Your features and benefits don't matter what they actually are, it's what people believe them to be. So this is nothing new. This stems back to me from what I think one of the greatest marketing books ever written was Positioning by Al Ries and Jack Trout. It was the battle for the mind. It's what people believe your brand to be and their perception. So from that piece, it's actually working to understand what people believe your brand to be. So having that opportunity and that connection with your clients and your customers to ask them, if you were to tell a friend or a colleague about my company, what would you be telling them? Because it helps you understand the position that you own in their mind. One of the questions I love sharing with people, which is, what is the safest automobile manufacturer in the world? And regardless of the answer, they're all right, because that's the position that safety and automobiles own in their mind.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's really brilliant idea.
Beyond that, I think from a marketing perspective, there's two other things that are really important. The next one is your network. So as marketers, we don't necessarily think, we're thinking about online and strategies and tools and tactics. But a big piece of marketing first is your network and understanding your partners and how you can work together to potentially reach the same customer or achieve a common goal. So being able to tap in and lean on and leverage your network, I think is an underutilized element of marketing that we talk about. And that network can be your online audience, it can be your online network, but it can also be your local or industry-driven business network. It's a huge marketing tool. I think growing as a marketing professional, leaning on your network and tapping into your network can help people understand what you're capable of and potentially open more opportunities for you in your professional career. But if you're thinking of your business and tapping into your network, there's a number of things that strong partnerships can do. If your business can solve solves problems for your clients, and you can help a partner in your industry solve that same problem for their clients, you might be able to open yourself up to a whole new audience of clients that you never had, and you get the benefit of added credibility because you are not going and meeting and earning those clients one by one. In fact, you're being introduced to those clients by someone they already trust, and that can help you build your brand and build your clientele at the same time. I do have one more, which would be your personal brand.
Okay.
So understanding who you are as an individual, what is the brand that you carry within your organization, within your network, professionally, and within your community. And as you can build your personal brand, as much as we want to be strong marketers for any products or services or organizations we might work for or own, it all starts with your personal brand, because before anyone will buy something from you, they first buy you. And I think that's an important piece that we forget.
That was really awesome, and I'm pretty sure that this advice will help our marketers to be.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Shumaila. I work with the partnerships team. And essentially what we do is that we work with other companies and give them marketing tools that they need to help their clients, which hopefully eventually become our clients as well. 5 that I think that we need. Number 1 for my department is creativity. You meet different clients all of the time, so you have to be creative and come up with different ideas every time you meet them. Sometimes if you're talking to a Texas client, it's very different from a New York client, so you have to be very careful. And that really leads to my second point, which is adaptability, because someone can be super excited and super bubbly, whereas someone is like, yeah, that's a good idea, or no, I don't like that. And you're just like, what don't you like about it? So being adaptable and matching their energy. I have them written down here. The third one is really knowing your audience. Sometimes you think it's a really good idea and you love it and they hate it. So knowing your audience and making sure you're speaking to the right people, and also knowing who their audience is as well. So sometimes they'll be like, I really want to talk about myopia management. And you're like, everyone in your community is 60 plus. They don't have young kids. So you need to know their audience as well. Really, really important in any workspace, be a team player, no matter what. In marketing, of course, we are very outgoing and friendly, but still just be a team player no matter where you work. And then lastly, common sense. Just have common sense and trust your gut always, no matter where you are. I think that's really important, but especially here because things change so quickly. Just not just at Pod, but in marketing in general. So just have common sense so you think about it in the long run.
So skills, tools, anything really. Like what
Yes.
do you need to do in order to
Yes.
Okay. All right, so to start off, I think that probably the primary thing you're going to need is a understanding of who your demographic that you're targeting is and where they are.
I think you need an understanding of the tools that are at your disposal and what people are engaging with. So along the lines of what Joe was saying of who your audiences are. I think you need to know the platforms that you can reach those audiences on. So once you determine the audience that you want to reach, being able to determine how to reach them.
Yeah.
Awesome.
A couple of really good tools that I like to use, or I should say, not necessarily tools, but like newsletters and things like that come out, are Think with Google, Search Engine Land, Search Engine Journal. Some of the tools that we like to use are like SEMrush. Active Demand for marketing automation.
Yeah, you gotta have your understanding of Google Analytics as well, and being able to proper attribution, so you know which marketing channels are working and how people are getting to the website or whatever platform that you are measuring. Just being able to identify how you're getting your users, and not even how you're getting them, but also which ones are taking further action, whether it's filling out a form, signing up for a newsletter, making phone calls, making whatever. That's especially important to find out which marketing channel is leading to people going deeper.
I think that if I was a new resident to Canada or North America, and I was looking for things that we would do differently, I don't know that you would find major differences. Obviously, language barrier, that might be a thing, but chances are if you're watching this video, you speak English, so there's that. Probably knowing the difference between branding and lead generation and what tactics are used for each. So like lead generation would be being in front of people when they're actively looking for you. So if they're looking on Google, Yahoo, Bing, etc. Whereas branding would be more about getting in front of people when they're not necessarily looking for you, but could require your services down the line. Google Display, Facebook ads, Instagram, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think one of Joe's favorite sayings is that marketing in your website are just a spotlight for your business. So if you're ever running a good business or you're running a bad business and you're driving traffic to there, but you don't have a good product to sell or you don't have good customer service, all the marketing in the world isn't going to help you. It's just going to accentuate the problem. And so making sure when you choose to market something, that you're making the right choice in what you're marketing.
If I were asked to name the top 5 marketing tools a future marketer should master, that would be those 5. The first one would be understanding of marketing funnel. I believe an understanding of what a marketing funnel is and how it works is a foundation for marketer. For me personally, being familiar with the funnel helps you build a 360 marketing plan and see the bigger picture. It also helps understand how specific tactics or tools can impact the specific audience, like cold leads, for example. Make sure your strategy covers every stage of marketing funnel to leverage your marketing tactics to the max. The second one I would emphasize on would be analytics. Many of my colleagues agreed on this one too. It's a must-have tool to measure the success of your marketing strategy, but also an opportunity to be flexible and test different hypotheses and pivot quickly. Without measuring your actions with proper analytics tools, you're blind. The third one is CRM systems. CRM systems stands for Customer Relationship Management Systems. This is a system that relies on a big database of information about business leads or existing customers. Armed with a CRM system, you can easily follow up, build email campaigns based on people's behavior on your website, and much more. I would say it's a more advanced marketing tool, but extremely important in North America. The fourth one is I would recommend to learn how to use Canva for easy designs. Canva is huge in North America. Some social media specialists here use Canva as their main editing software. It's extremely user-friendly, and even if you never worked with editing software, you'll nail it. Believe me, basic design skills will help you in marketing career and save you tons of nerves, especially if you're going to work in small companies. Email marketing, trigger-based emails, slow drip campaigns, transactional emails, newsletters. These are very popular ways to stay in touch with your audience, stay on top of their mind, and keep them loyal. Each email campaign can target a specific audience and have a specific goal, informing them about coming promos or events. Unlike SEM or PPC marketing, email marketing is a free marketing tool. That is why it's a must-have tool for you in your pocket if you're going to join the marketing industry in North America. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and learned something new. Please share your top 5 marketing tools in North America that young marketers should master to succeed. I would love to hear from you, where you are now in your career path, and what's your goal. Thanks for watching this video. See you soon.